Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. I'm your Avalon of Shorty. Today, I'm going to review something I've been looking forward to for quite some time, The Vigil. It's one of the We Are Legends thingies, plus potentially also, Dawn of DC, from DC Comics. This one stands out a little bit because it's Ram V, and I have a thing for him. There's hardly ever been a time when he's put something out which I've not thoroughly enjoyed, and of the three that were coming out in this line, it's the one I was looking forward to the most. It's the one that was instantly on my pull list rather than the other two, which are try out and see how it goes. Now, however, it's the first one of his I think I've ever read where it didn't instantly grab me. Now, this comes with some caveats, so please bear with me. Do not turn off now thinking, right, that's it. Shorty said it's bad, don't have to read it. No. Because it made me think about what it means to be an issue 1 and how an issue 1 for an ongoing series is going to be different from issue 1 to a miniseries, which this is. It's a 6-issue, predetermined length story. Which means it doesn't have to sell itself quite so much. You might think it needs to, like an issue 1 should blow people out of the water, but I do think reviewing an issue 1 can be a challenge because you're never going to get a full sense of what the actual story is trying to do, what it's building to do, and you don't necessarily need to. You should be okay with discovering more of the comics going out. However, if you're doing it for an ongoing, what you want to do is absolutely 100% grab people by the throat, because if you don't, it's very hard to convince them that they want to go down for an ongoing where they don't know how long it's going to run, they don't know how long this creative team is going to be in there, and if they don't love it, it's very easy. I mean, I'm going to use the one I reviewed the other day, Avengers by Mackay, which I really enjoyed, but it's not been on my pull list yet because I don't know if I want to commit to reading the Avengers as an ongoing thing based on one issue. It was good, but this is 6 issues, and I think the commitment level is a little bit less, and also, knowing that it's only 6 issues, you don't need to oversell really big, game-changing kind of stories. You can say, we are going to tell this 6-issue miniseries, it's going to be about superheroes and spies, have some fun with it. And that's what it does, but, and here's the thing, it does it so very, very well. Yes, I wasn't blown away. There was no, like, oh my god moment, I cannot wait to find out, like, who's going on here, but there was plenty of little moments like that. For a start, this is a spy espionage story, and those kind of stories are really good at weaving intricate narratives, if they're done well, and this is, because it's Ram V and he does everything well, but it's not just that it's a spy story that grabbed me, because honestly, the moment I think about spy stories, I think about intelligence agencies, either government-mandated or otherwise, and problems with colonialism, and lots of terrible, terrible things, but Ram V would not thank me for going on about that. He's Ram V. He would probably look at a middle-aged white guy from a small market town talking about it and be like, dude. So that's not the point here. The point is that it leaves a lot of questions unanswered by the fact that it is a spy story. We are supposed to not know what's going on. We have great examples literally on the page of this where we get introduced to 2 of the 3 members of this team. We see their superpowers and how they act in a crisis situation, but there's a third one who all we know that he is gifted in some way. We have this idea that this group of people technically was bankrolled by a government, or at least a military, but is now off the books and operating on their own. But intelligence agencies without oversight, not necessarily good guys either, so it leaves us in the vague over that point. We also have their raison d'etre, their operating procedure, which is to find exceptionally powerful technology and deal with it as in remove it from use. This, on the surface, looks to be a very good thing. Like Lex Luthor creating new weapons of mass destruction or means of control needs to be stopped, and going in and taking these things off him and destroying them after cataloguing them seems like a very good idea. However, cataloguing and destroying them happens off-page. We don't know if that's actually what's happening. We also don't know if they're 100% actually going to be just used to maintain wealth, privilege, and status. They could be seen as items which could level the playing field in some way if they get into the hands of different people. Taking them off the table entirely doesn't necessarily do much other than maintain status quo, which doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing that they're doing. So, more questions, not answered. Really liking it so far. It also has a nice ending. We get tied in with who is actually the point person for this team, between government agencies and between their own independent nature. We get some fantastic action sequences. There's a brilliant moment of art where we actually get to see some of the superpowers being used on the page, and it looks absolutely sublime. There's also a nice touch on the fact that the 2 people we see with superpowers both have medical conditions, and those medical conditions have been modified and weaponized ever so slightly. It stops it being anything like ableist, but it also then again leaves an honest question. Has this been done for altruistic means? Or have they seen somebody where they have a chance to control them by dangling that carrot in front of them? The only thing I have, which is not a huge glowing recommendation, is I don't think the art quite lives up to what's going on in the story. Not by much. We're talking maybe a 5% below the mark kind of moment. There's some really nice three-point perspective. There's some really nice action sequences. Really good individual character design. But the nature of the story being built up and how slow it's coming out, the artwork feels a little bit more just full front and out there. And not bad anyway, but I think it's not quite 100% matching with the tone of the story. That being said, I have absolutely no problem absolutely recommending you pick this one up. If you've not got the other We Are Legends book yet, or you're waiting for City Boy, give this one a try if you're in a comic book store this week and it's on the shelf. Just go through, flick through, grab a copy. It's not expensive. It's like a $4 comic book. You can afford it. You can afford to treat yourself. That's it from me for now. I might do one more this weekend. I'm not 100% sure yet. There's still some stuff I want to read and review. But if not, I'll see you next week. Until then, look after each other, everyone. Stay safe. Bye.